Hello, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. Dr. Devin here, just coming to you live from my office. We're going to talk this week about leaky gut syndrome. So you might ask, what is leaky gut syndrome? As you know, we're in the last of our 3-week series on gut health. Leaky gut syndrome. I, luckily for you, have a picture right here. So, this is all backwards to you, but this is a normal gut over here. The food can't really get through, but it's got just enough space for nutrients and water to get through, to get to your bloodstream, to go throughout your body, and to feed you the nutrients. Leaky gut is when you get big gaps in your intestinal walls, here, and then the nutrients get through, but also toxins, hormones, anything that's in your intestines that's not supposed to get out of your intestines can get through to the rest of your body. Especially toxins. We live in a toxically overloaded society, as you know. We talked a few weeks ago about how the 85,000 synthetic chemicals that are approved by the FDA, but they've never really done any tests on them, so we don't know if they help at all. Here are 10 signs to know if you might have leaky gut syndrome. If you have chronic diarrhea, constipation or gas, number 1, or bloating. Number 2 is nutritional deficiencies. Number 3 is a poor immune system. You get sick all the time. You possibly have leaky gut syndrome. Headaches, brain fog, and memory loss. What was that? Oh yeah, memory loss. Excessive fatigue. Number 6 is skin rashes and problems such as acne, eczema, or rosacea. Cravings for sugar or carbs. Arthritis or joint pain. Depression, anxiety, ADD, and ADHD. Also autoimmune diseases like rheumatoid arthritis. That's usually in the small joints of the hand. Lupus, celiac disease, or Crohn's disease. All of those signs could mean that you have leaky gut syndrome. We talked last week about the food journal and how doing a food journal is really important for finding out what you're allergic to. And we'll talk a little bit about how allergies to foods can cause some extenuating circumstances with leaky gut. All of the leaky gut symptoms can lead to chronic fatigue syndrome, migraines, multiple sclerosis, fibromyalgia, food sensitivities, thyroid abnormalities, mood swings, skin conditions. Can also cause celiac disease, diabetes, Crohn's, irritable bowel syndrome, and food allergies in general. We talked, I think last week, I don't remember if it was last week or the week before, about my daughter Kylie. She's been allergic to gluten since she was an infant. We got her off gluten. Been off gluten since she was almost 3 years old. A couple of years ago, she was at my in-laws' house and she got fed some mac and cheese. We thought it was gluten-free mac and cheese, but it was in the wrong container. After she ate that, she became allergic to dairy. So her body, because we suspect leaky gut, so the gluten got through and the dairy got through because she was eating mac and cheese. So it saw the gluten, attacked the gluten, it saw the dairy, and then it started attacking the dairy. Now she's allergic to gluten and dairy. That's why a lot of people who have food allergies are allergic to one thing, and then they get allergic to another thing. And then eventually they get allergic to another thing. And then another thing, because if that food gets through, your body's just going to see it as toxic. Some causes of leaky gut syndrome: excessive sugar intake. We've talked a ton about sugar. Sugar's terrible. Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs can lead to leaky gut. Aspirin, Tylenol, ibuprofen, Advil, anything people take to get rid of minor aches and pains. Excessive alcohol intake. Deficiencies to vitamins A, D, and zinc. Inflammation in the body can cause leaky gut syndrome. Stress, poor gut health, and yeast overgrowth. Luckily for you, we've talked for 2 weeks on improving gut health. So you should be able to, and we've talked in the past about anti-inflammatory and inflammatory foods. You do all that, you're going to be on your way to better health. Leaky gut is also caused by a toxic overload of the synthetic chemicals in our society. 99% of Americans have Teflon in their intestinal system. And even if you've never used Cephalon in your life, it gets in there from the foods we eat. You go out to eat. It's crazy, all the toxic overload. We live in a chemical-laden society. It's disgusting. So ways to heal the gut. Change your diet. First things first. You need to change your diet. Last week we talked about a food journal. The food journal, tells you what you could be allergic to, what you could be sensitive to. So that's the first thing you need to do. If you start with this, if you eliminate all gluten, all dairy, all soy, all refined sugar, all caffeine, and all alcohol, you're going to start laying the good foundation for better gut health. You're probably not going to like it for a while because your body's going to be like, whoa, I like gluten, dairy, soy, refined sugar, caffeine, and alcohol. But you need to do it. You know who you are. You need to do it right now. Get rid of all that garbage in your life because that's not helping you. That's just going to make you live a shorter, sicker life. You need to add, so get rid of that and add healthy fats, fish oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, and olive oil. You need to take collagen every single day. My daughter takes a powdered collagen from Great Lakes Collagen. It works really well. You just pour a tablespoonful of it in something to drink, and then you drink it. That helps rebuild the gut mucosa. Homemade bone broth is also another thing you can do instead of the powdered collagen. With homemade bone broth, you don't ever want to do store-bought because who knows where they made it, who knows how they made it. Easiest way to do it is with an Instant Pot pressure cooker. You basically put a large bone inside of it with water, and then you boil it down, and that will help turn into bone broth that you drink every single day. And then you need to, along with that bone broth, you need probiotics. So you get probiotics either through supplements or through fermented foods. The only supplement companies we recommend: Standard Process. We've talked about Standard Process Nutrition before. We can get you in touch with them. Or Young Living. They both have fantastic probiotics. Young Living's is a little bit better, a little bit more potent. It will probably work a little quicker and a little better on you, but they're both great products. For the fermented foods that you need to eat, homemade. All of these homemade. Plain dairy-free yogurt. You can make yogurt from coconut milk. You can make it from almond milk. You can even make it at home if you have an Instant Pot. Dairy-free yogurt's number one. Kimchi, sauerkraut, kefir, kombucha. And if you make pickles at home the old-fashioned homemade way, then they ferment, and then you can eat those too, and those will help get the probiotics in your body. You also need to up your intake of raw vegetables. Raw vegetables, everybody needs to do that, but especially for leaky gut people, but not too many raw vegetables. If you eat a ton of raw vegetables and you have leaky gut, you're going to get backed up. So if you eat 0 raw vegetables, eat 2 or 3 servings to start out with. I want you to like, comment, and share on this. Tell somebody who might have some intestinal issues to watch this video. You don't have to tag them below because that might be a little embarrassing for them. But like, comment, and share. Thank you, and be well. Dr. Devin's out. Bye.